Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking onto this video, and please don't forget to subscribe before you leave. So after I posted my original tutorial using this gorgeous, beautiful, breathtaking palette, this is the Bloodlust palette by Jeffree Star Cosmetics. After I posted that tutorial, I got so many requests from you guys for me to dip into the teal that's in here. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous peacock tealy color that's right here. And you wanted me to also use the gold shade, so I thought, why not whip together this look? So this is what I came up with. I literally am obsessed with the way this look came out. When I originally first delved into this palette and Jeffree showed us the color story, I was really bummed to see the teal shade as well as the gold in here. It wasn't really what I thought I was looking for, but after using the colors, guys, I'm literally obsessed. I am so happy he put it in the palette. And before I forget, please make sure you've entered to win your very own Bloodlust palette. I am doing a giveaway here on my channel. It's also for the crown mirror, so one lucky winner will win these two, and I am so happy and excited for you guys. I will leave the information for that link down below, so make sure you enter if you haven't already, and let's jump right into the tutorial. Okay guys, let's get started. So first I'm gonna put some Jeffree Star Cosmetics translucent setting powder underneath my eye, just because as per usual, I don't want it to fall all over my face. It kind of does with this palette, but again, not anything to deter you from using it. So I'm not sure if you guys saw my tutorial from earlier this week, but I'm going to be mimicking that exact same type of technique that I did in that video. I will link that up here in case you missed it. I did a very date night smoky purple vibe. I absolutely love the way it turned out, so make sure you guys check that out if you haven't already. We're gonna be doing a really similar technique in that I'm gonna be taking a packer brush. This is a MAC 239. We're gonna load up the shade Vile Serpent, and we're gonna pack it on the entire eyelid, but we're gonna make sure we don't take it too high because we will be blending on top of that up and out. So we're just going to pat that on, just making sure not to take it too high. Guys, I freaking love this color. I'm gonna be honest. When I first saw the palette and I saw the green, this green at the bottom here, the Vile Serpent, and that gold that we're gonna be dipping in with after, I was like, no, dude, like, no. I wasn't like happy to have it in the palette. I feel like he's done so many similar golds, but he really hasn't, and it's absolutely stunning. Like, I was wrong. So we're gonna continue to pat that onto the lid here. By the way, this is a very simple, beginner-friendly eye look, I feel. Anybody could really do this. That you guys mentioned a ton in my comments how you love that my tutorials are super approachable for everyday people who aren't magicians with makeup, and that pretty much anyone can do one of my tutorials, and I really like that aspect of my tutorials and wanted to play up on that. So yeah guys, this is super simple, very easy to achieve. Just gonna pat that, continue to pat it. Once we've patted it to about here, we're gonna be dipping in with a small blender. This is a Wayne Goss 19. I'm obsessed with this brush, by the way. So what I'm gonna do is dip in, tap off the extra, and we're gonna start to work in circular motions where we've laid that down. We're gonna go on top of it and go in circular motions up and out. So we're gonna move just like this. And when you're holding onto your brush, you want to make sure you have a very loose hold on it. We don't want to be very tight with our brushes because we're not going to get the type of blend that we're looking for. So again, you just dip in and do circular motions, and you're going to do that all the way through the entire crease. So what you'll notice is when you really work on your blending, even if you have just one shade, what will happen is if you concentrate that one shade in a certain area and blend it out in other areas, it'll look like you've used several different colors when you actually have it. So that's what we're doing. Now I know it looks also a little bit crazy on the lid right now. That's totally fine. Once we actually go in and cut, you're not gonna see any of that anyway. So when you kind of tilt your head, it really helps to get into this inner corner part without making a big mess of it. And we're just pretty much continuing to build that up. Like I said, super simple, super easy, and super approachable. Now to help blend this out, what we're gonna be doing is dipping in with the shade Monarchy, and it's just gonna help diffuse it into the rest of the eye so it's not so super harsh. So I'm gonna tap that off and just right at the tippity top, just in those light circular motions that I mentioned before, we're gonna continue those and just really blend this out. So it's nice and beautifully diffused. And if you find it necessary to dip back and forth in between colors, if you feel like you've lost pigment, totally fine, because these are pressed pigments and not shadows. It's totally normal for them to lose a little bit of pigment when you go over the top of the same part over and over. So it really helps to just kind of dip back and forth, or just avoid going over top of it if you can. I'm just reinforcing that green again. I want to make sure it's nice and visible for after we've cut the crease. Okay, so once we're here, we're pretty much ready to cut the crease. What I'm going to do for that is take my MAC 242. It's loaded up with some Tarte Shape Tape, and we're going to do one swipe down. We're going to look up, see where that imprints, and start carving. Okay, so once we've taken the cut crease to about here, we're ready to go in with our shimmer. So for that, we're going to be going in with Sworn Enemy, which, like I said at first, I was like, oh, now that I've used it, woo, it is a gorgeous shade. So what we're going to do is, with my finger, I know, super annoying, but nothing grabs the shimmer like it. We're just going to lay that on. And another thing to note, something I noticed about this shade, so it's really spongy almost and kind of flaky. So just keep that in mind when you're putting it on. It does not feel like the other shimmer Pink Magic, and it does not feel like Wet Jewel or Take the Crown. It feels a little bit different. It's a little bit thick, if that makes sense. So yeah, just be wary of that when you're putting it on, but wow, it is gorgeous. It's truly, truly so pretty. So once I've taken it here with my finger, I'm gonna go in with a synthetic packer. This is a Morphe M421, just so I can really get into the details, make sure it's not sloppy or anything crazy. I really, really don't like the way this shadow performs with a brush. It's much, much more beautiful with your finger, but I simply cannot get in that close with my finger. So once we've taken it here, what we're gonna do is dip back in with the Vile Serpent. We're just gonna kind of bridge this harsh green part with the gold and just kind of meld the two together so it looks nice and faded out. For that, we're using just really faint tapping motions, just lightly kind of veiling over top of that gold so we can build a beautiful gradient. So once we've taken it here, what I'm gonna do, so this is a little bit of a new technique I've taken on with these type of eye looks. So this is a teeny micro tiny liner brush. This is by Smith. It's called a Smith 202 brush. What I'm gonna do is dip into Vile Serpent, and because this is so very fine, what I'm gonna do is just very lightly run it where we've cut the crease. I just want to intensify the green there and really make it pop. And I find that doing this technique really helps with that. So I'm just literally just tracing along that line, trying to keep a really loose grip on the brush so that I'm not too hard and mess anything up. I absolutely love what that does to the cut crease. Do you see how it just makes it like pop in your face? I love it. So now I'm gonna wipe away this bake, and we're gonna jump in and do the lower lash line. Okay guys, so we're ready to do the lower lash line. For the lower lash line, we're keeping it super duper simple. Like I've mentioned a million times, this is a very easy and approachable eye look that absolutely anyone can do, especially for you beginners. So we're gonna go back in with Vile Serpent, and on my MAC 212, this is a tight liner brush, I'm going to stamp that along the lower lash line, just like that. And I never ever bring it all the way in because I feel like it just cuts my eye off too much. So we're literally just stamping that along the lower lash line. And then I'm gonna be taking my Wayne Goss 20. This is a teeny tiny blender brush that I love for using for buffing out things. So we're gonna dip very lightly into Vile Serpent, and we're just going to smoke that out ever so slightly. I feel like if I smoke out my eyes too much at the bottom, sometimes I can look like Uncle Fester, and it's honestly, it's not my look. So I always try to make sure I keep mind of that so I don't look crazy. Okay guys, that's pretty much it for the shadow portion. What I'm gonna do is quickly hop off camera. I'm gonna throw on some lashes and liner. As per usual for that, I'm using my Too Faced Better Than Sex liner. And for lashes today, I'm using Lily Lashes in the shade Doha. Love these, one of my favorite from Lily Lashes. So I'm gonna quickly go do that. I'm gonna finish off everything by putting some NARS Rue Bonaparte, this is a nude liner, into my waterline, and then top everything off with some mascara. So I'm gonna quickly go do that, and I will hop back on to show you guys the finished look. Okay guys, this is the finished look. I love the way this came out. Like I said, when I first looked at this palette, I was like, oh, when I saw this green shade and this gold, they just weren't my favorite. I'm like, I wanted more purples. But now that I've done this eye look, I love, 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 love these shadows. Absolutely beautiful. One thing to note that I was a little bit annoyed by, so I didn't really have anything to go in with my inner corners and highlight my inner corners. And last time I dipped into something else when I was doing a Jeffree Star Cosmetics eyeshadow tutorial, you guys absolutely read me to filth. So I was not about to do that again. So what I did, I went in with the shade here, Your Majesty. I went in with my Sigma E46 inner corner brush, and I just lightly tapped that into the inner corners just to bring some light to there, just because there was no lighter shade in the shimmers that I was able to do that with. So I did think it was important to note that. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for today's video. Like I said, super, super simple and easy, but an absolutely gorgeous, vampy, fun vibe of a look. I know it was super, super simple, but I love that you can get such a vibrant, fun, non-purple look out of a predominantly purple palette. I think Jeffree did so amazing with this. I love the way this look turned out. And that's pretty much it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure you've entered the giveaway to win your very own Bloodlust palette along with your crown mirror. I'd love doing giveaways for you guys, and my previous mystery box giveaway is now closed. The winner for that will be announced on March 1st. I am so excited for you guys to see the reveal of this box and what's on the inside. I think you're gonna absolutely freak out. And yeah, guys, please make sure to like this video if you like this style of video. Please leave me a comment down below. What do you think of this eye look? Did you enjoy it? Did you learn a thing or two? And please don't forget to subscribe. It really helps me out when you guys subscribe, and I will catch you on the next video. Bye, guys.